Felix. It's nice to meet you. So so what you're autistic, right?
Yeah.
So it's like what's one thing you wish people understood about you?
I wish people understood that just because I might like joke about autism or play it off like as a kind of fun thing, that it's not that I think that autism's like this quirky thing to have.
Mm.
It's more so I just like to make jokes of something that for a while I'd seen as like an inhibitor, but now
Mm.
I don't see it as much as that. So I just want to make jokes and lighten the situation, I suppose.
Fair enough. And it's so, what's one way you feel different from the average neurotypical person?
Um, when I was like a child, I used to think I was like an alien. I
Mm.
used to think I was like a completely different species because it's just a different way of thinking, really.
Mm.
I couldn't understand why like lots of other children just blindly accepted to do what the teacher told them to do and not
Mm.
question it. So I suppose yeah, the thinking process definitely. Like I know there's a big difference between like how I would think to how like a neurotypical person would think.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Like we always do like question authority and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So would you say like your neurodivergence, like your autism, would affect your social life?
Um, definitely, yeah. When I was younger, like when I had just gotten diagnosed, it affected it more in like a negative way
Mm.
because I didn't understand it fully myself. So I didn't understand how to tell it to people and how to like introduce people to the concept of autism.
Mm.
And it led me like making a lot of friends that didn't really understand autism or weren't willing to change their mindset. But now
Mm.
I feel like it affects my social life in a more positive way because I'm
Mm.
very connected with like the autism community and I'm
Mm.
finding like shared experiences among other
Mm.
autistic people.
I I totally get it. So like this, I don't know how to frame this, but do you think autism's a superpower?
um, I don't think so. I feel like
Mm.
mostly, but I feel like I mostly think that because the phrase is usually used by neurotypical people
Mm.
that think
Like
that all
autism
autistic people,
moms.
yeah, they all think
Mm.
autistic people are so smart and geniuses.
Mm.
It's definitely it's a mixed bag because
Mm.
it's not all fun and games. It's not all like, oh, I love that sound, so then I'm dancing to it now. It's
Mm.
like, no, the lights are too loud and now I'm having a meltdown in like the middle
Mm.
of Tesco's.
Like
Like,
it's not always as fun as it looks.
no, no.
So would you say you have any autistic role models?
I wouldn't really say so. I never really had any autistic role models growing up because I wasn't diagnosed till I was 12
Mm.
anyway. Um, but definitely a lot of like the people I used to look up to were also later diagnosed either
Uh,
ADHD or autism.
mm.
So not really role models, but more so like a connection, I suppose,
Mm.
of shared experiences.
So Andrew, what's one thing you wish people understood about you?
In regards to ADHD, I would say that it takes a while to focus and log in on
Mm.
projects and work and things. So I wouldn't say it's something that's solely specific to me, but I'd say everybody with the condition does struggle with that aspect of it
Mm.
in focusing.
So what's like one thing specifically that makes you feel different from neurotypical people?
Compared to people without it.
Yeah.
Um, Me personally, I would say it would be again the focus and getting the
Mm.
work in on time and getting things done, maybe to a certain standard that they're expecting. Sometimes it just takes a while to, you know, as I say, focus and lock in.
Fair enough. Would you say that I mean, how would your neurodivergence affect your school or work life?
Uh, it might make it more difficult to be understood in some way. So back in school, I just didn't do work.
Mm.
Not using ADHD as an excuse, but I will say that it does make it more difficult to
Mm.
again be aware that people need you to do this or need you to get the work in, and you need to get the work in yourself, but you just don't have the motivation to do so.
So people just think, oh, you're a waster and you don't want to do your work, but it's like you actually do have a condition, basically.
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
So like in terms of like media, what do you think of the like representation of ADHD?
I think it's pretty spot on in some ways. Can't be over dramatic in certain cases, but I think for the most part it is quite spot on. Because nobody's the same, so one person's ideal representation of something can be different from another person's. So
would you say your ADHD affects your social life?
I wouldn't know. I would say it makes me more outgoing.
Mm. So I mean, if you could, would you change being neurodivergent or ADHD, if you had the choice?
Probably not. No, it makes me me, so I wouldn't change that. No, not one bit.
Fair enough. So, I mean, we're pretty much wrapped up with your interview now.
No problem, Oscar. Thank you.